We decided to use this property as a point of reference to show you the styling process from the initial consultation all the way to the last step of styling the house. And in the meanwhile, a lot of you have questions about how to get started in the industry, and I'm so happy that I can go through all of my experiences with you and give you some advice. Okay guys, it's so chilly out there. Okay, so the client left, oh, this is nice, not bad. So my client left the door open for me. He knew I'm coming in to take photos. No one's here, the house is empty. I have to go through and see what needs to get done, take my photos, and then make a list for the client and send the report to him. So what I like to do first is open up these windows because I feel like we need some natural light coming in here. And then we look out for lights to see if anything is out, what needs to be replaced, if we need to paint, which I don't see too many scuff marks. I mean, this is one of those cases right now where they just want to get it onto the market and get it sold because we're approaching a dead season, which is Christmas time. So we're hoping to style it quickly within the next few days and then have photos taken. They can list it and hopefully be sold within the next couple of weeks. So fingers crossed. So I'm just gonna take some photos. So for me, the styling process starts at the initial consultation because that's where I get inspired. Do my walk through the house and I am already imagining what I'm gonna do with the place. Now there are a few factors that are involved. One is the current finishes. What does the place look like? What is the design theme? What size is the room? Is it open concept? Is it a small room? Do you need big furniture? Do you need small furniture? So you kind of need to know right off the bat what you're gonna do with your planning phase. Step 2. What is the location and area of the property? I know this might seem a little bit of news to you, but every area, every location, every neighborhood has its own niche of design. And when people are walking through that house in that particular area, they're looking for a certain type of aesthetics that they're most likely interested in. So you want to make sure that you're presenting the right design to the buyers. This also requires you to kind of decide what kind of furniture you're going to use, because in areas like this home that we did, it's considered an upscale area. So we have to use upscale furniture, higher end furniture, because that's what people want to see when they walk in through the door. You're setting a vibe. And guys, one of the most important factors at your consultation is for you to have a reliable camera. And I say this because I have gone to consultations before and either a battery died or, you know, I forgot my camera. So make sure you have your photos because that is your point of reference. You will need those photos later when you're planning because I guarantee you there is that odd corner or that weird wall that you are sure to miss if you don't have your photos. So the next step will consist of you choosing your furniture. And if you have your own inventory, great. If you don't have your own inventory, you're likely renting from a rental furniture store, which is perfectly fine. I did the same when I first started, and I did it for a few years until I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna stick to what I'm doing and I'm gonna start investing in my business. But if you're just starting out or thinking about starting in this industry, I would advise you rent first, make sure you love it, make sure it's what you want to do and there's passion behind it, and then move forward and start purchasing your own furniture. Because not only when you purchase your own furniture, you need the furniture, but you need the accessories, you need all the artwork, and you need a place to hold everything for you. So it does create a lot of expense. But once you actually get into the industry, it's definitely worth it. And guys, it's not only about acquiring the furniture, it's really about how you preserve it. And the best way to preserve your furniture is please make sure you have good movers. You need good movers to take care of your furniture so they don't get damaged and you can use them for many years.
Hi guys, how we doing? We are planning for another big stage today. We have a very exciting project coming up. Most of the projects that we're taking out, by the time we go for pickups, the place is already sold. Let's hope we can do the same magic for this house today. And let me show you a little bit of what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab some chairs from the top. Let me just grab my buddy Mike. Mike! It's not always fun. We got a lot of stuff in the warehouse right now. We always get the project done. So yeah, working with Sanaz's design and handling all of her moves, it's a lot of fun. We got to see a lot of fantastic homes. It's really quite an experience going to condos and custom homes and homes that have been there for 20 years and really started changing the appeal for them. As you can see, the warehouse is really full right now and we have a ton of furniture. One of the biggest things when it comes to staging is making sure that your furniture looks great. And if you don't have the right crew, it's not gonna last. Your furniture is gonna get damaged. Things are gonna get destroyed along the way. So I really take a lot of pride in making sure that what I take out comes back the exact same way. And even though we have challenges, as you can see, there's all kinds of pieces stacked on pieces. We do our absolute best and utmost to make sure that everything is protected and it's in a safe spot. Nothing's gonna fall down on anybody or anything like that. Okay guys, so when we're talking about taking care of furniture, one of the things that you should probably look into, especially with your moving team, is making sure that they have the right equipment to do the job. One thing that I took a little extra money on is making sure that I spent some money on some really high quality blankets. These are microfiber blankets, they're almost 20 bucks a piece. A lot of the stuff that you'll see some of the other moving companies using is far less substantial. It doesn't pad enough. So what we do is we make sure that we keep all our high quality blankets for covering the delicate pieces of furniture that we want to make sure that they arrive safely. So this is what that looks like. Make sure you invest in your blankets and happy moving. Just like that. Yeah, when we do our projects, we definitely try to make sure that we protect every piece of furniture to the best of our ability. And it's really important when you're looking through the truck. As you can see, everything is tied off, roped off, so that there's really no movement. Nothing's going to shift or fall into each other. It can be as light a piece as a hollow frame for a console table like this. But if you leave something like that loose, that could fall and damage other pieces. So make sure that your guys are taking, all the initiatives to make sure that your furniture gets there safe, like using the ropes, fantastic blankets, and taking care and being mindful with your pieces.
So you've gone through your consultation, you've planned out what you're gonna do with the property. You know what pieces you're gonna bring in, you know your color scheme. Then comes the staging day, and this is a big day. So make sure you are well prepared. Make sure all of your stuff is packed, you have every room, every corner covered, the right size furniture, and let me tell you a personal experience of mine. I had custom sofas made for a beautiful luxury condominium, and guess what? The sofa did not fit in the elevator. So I had to improvise, obviously, and luckily I found a perfect piece for there. But sometimes we don't get so lucky, so make sure all of your T's are crossed and all of your I's are dotted, because you're gonna need all the luck you can get on the staging day. When I first started in this industry, I had zero clientele, but 100% a drive to succeed. And that is what made me successful in my industry. I never had any experience of what to do, how to do it, but I had ambition. And this is what led me to get into this field and become successful. So when I was in my mid-20s, I started off by studying law, and I was actually really going towards it until I worked at an office and I realized this is so not me. I kept getting told that I have an eye for design, so I thought I would try my luck, and with 0% client experience, but 100% with an ambition to be successful, I went headfirst
and just dove into the industry. And here I am 14 years later, and I cannot tell you, I feel so good about my decision because I have a lot of passion behind it. And that's what makes me successful in my industry. It's the passion that drives me through. Okay guys, so I want to tell you how much money you can earn in staging. We're based in Canada, so it's Canadian dollars, but basically depending on the size of the property and the location, price point is where you can start basing your numbers at. We typically start a 1-bedroom condo at about $3,000 for the first month, and it's 50% off for the second month. But this can vary because that same 1-bedroom condo in an upscale neighborhood can run between $10,000 to $15,000 per staging. So you really need to look at the area you're in and what kind of styling you're doing. If it's average, then you have to price your styling at an average price. But if it's more of a high-end neighborhood, then you are a little bit more open to raising up your prices. So we don't actually have a breakdown for itemizing per piece of what's going in the project. I generally take a project as a package. I consider my delivery fees, I consider my assistance fee and how much I have to pay out for the project. And then at the end of the day, it has to leave you something. So make sure you are generous with yourself and you do leave yourself some break there. And then we get into luxury real estate. And this is always fun because it's not a one-time visit, it's not a two-time visit. Usually properties like this need a lot of attention, but at the end of the day, you have more room to charge for it because it is your time. Larger homes typically take us between 2 to 3 delivery stops until everything is inside the house. And once we're in there, it takes hours and hours to get the house set up. So really consider staging as if you're moving a house and then you're moving everything out at the end. So you need to consider your hours, you need to consider your pieces going in, you need to consider how much money you're paying out, and then after you do all that, then you can decide how much you're going to charge for the job. On luxury properties, we charge anywhere between $8,000 all the way to $20,000 to $30,000, again, depending on the property, depending on how much attention it needs, and what kind of furniture it requires. My advice to anybody starting out in the design industry is make sure you have passion behind it, because it's the passion that's actually going to make you successful. Any job will pay. Any job will pay you for your time. But it's the passion behind it and the drive behind it that will make you do great things. Second step, have a plan. Write down your short-term goals, write down your long-term goals, because when you put your goals and your plans on paper, that's where the magic actually happens. I want you guys to reach out to anybody you know and everybody you know. Tell them about your new plan. Tell them about what you're planning on doing. You want to be an interior designer, you want to be a decorator, spread it out to the whole world. Because if you don't tell people, then nobody's going to know what you're doing. So start off with using our comment box, write down what you want to do, and I am sure you are going to have so much support from not only me, but all of our lovely viewers. And guys, don't be scared, because the passion and the drive will get you to where you want to get. Always have a smile and dress the part, because first encounters leave a lasting impression. And if you guys enjoyed this video and the advice I had to share, I definitely recommend that you comment below, let us know your thoughts, because I'm sure there's a lot of other questions that you have and we have the answers for it. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.